Hey everybody, it's Beast. Welcome back to my channel. It is a great day today. Do you like watching classic television shows? Have you ever bought a box set from a classic TV show? If you have, let me know. Did you know creating a TV show back in 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s was an art form? In what way were classic televisions an art form? So that's our video today. I just, off the top of my head, I was trying to think of something unique today. And, I'm a huge fan of classic television. My headliner's falling off one of these days. I'll get it fixed. So I'm a huge fan of classic television. And I even still watch it till today, up to today, to this day. I have an entire box set of Hee Haw. I have Johnny Carson. I have Knight Rider. I have Gilligan's Island. I have All in the Family. I have Three's Company. I have all kinds of classic television movies. Little House on the Prairie, Bonanza. I mean, the list goes on. I still want to get more. Now, the thing is, because of the fact that I'm such a big fan of classic television, I started doing a little bit of research the last 3 to 4 days on classic television. And one thing that really amazes me is the lack of using green screens during that time period was phenomenal. But so if you looked at just about any one of these television shows, even black and white or even color, it will not be shown with a green screen. It's filmed live outside. Now, because it's filmed live outside, or it's filmed inside of a studio, when it's filmed inside of a studio, let's say, for example, the Brady Bunch, it was done inside of a studio. The Monster House was done inside of a studio. And, of course, the Addams Family was done inside of a studio. Every little piece that's inside of a studio was handmade. It was hand-painted. It was made with pottery. It was made with plaster of Paris. It was made with ceramics. Everything was handmade. Everything was molded. Everything was put together. Even the backdrops were molded. They were put together. They were painted. They were, even in black and white, they were done in color. When I did some further research, in the Addams Family, they have a particular China hutch that you see in quite a few of the episodes. I believe Morticia was using a China hutch to cut the heads off of the roses. And, well, it sat there. And when I did further research, that China hutch was actually a red China hutch. It was actually a reddish brown, probably a burnt red China hutch that you saw in the black and white film. In the black and white television shows. And it was actually, well, red. And so the more that you look and the more that you watch, even it could even be up to a football that they can't quite get, to throw. I believe there was a Brady Bunch movie, Brady Bunch show where Greg threw the football, and it wasn't the one with Joe Namath, but Greg threw the football and hit somebody, and well, they couldn't get that throw done so much that they actually stuffed the ball. They ran a needle and a piece of wire and a second wire, and it went down a guy line that you couldn't see to go directly to this person. So, and I said, wait a minute, that's a green screen effect. he has something in his hand. I mean, he has something in his hand and he releases it, and the green screen takes over. No, that's not the effect. They actually did everything live with screen magic. And it blew me away the more that I started digging into stuff like the Dukes of Hazzards and Knight Rider, where Knight Rider goes around, does a perfect, flings a grappling hook off of Kit, and it goes around a telephone post, and they do a complete perfect 90-degree angle. And that was actually a screen trick, and Kit was technically not even on the pavement. It was actually on a set of rollers. The rollers were in the middle of the car. The car was actually jacked up about a quarter of an inch, and those rollers would allow Kit to make that perfect 90-degree angle. And just as it made to a certain part, then they did a cut in the clip, and they basically cut the clip and they pasted onto another one where Michael sped straight in front of where that lamppost was. So basically all they did was they found the millisecond of where it is, and they spliced it together. So I said, okay, that makes a little bit of sense, but how would you even know that that was even spliced? Well, I watched another video where they took specialty scenes like Knight Rider, and they ran it through their projector and they slowed it down. And they continued to slow it down until they got to that one particular scene, and they kept going frame by frame, and then they found the frame that was off by 1/100th of a second, and it actually showed where they spliced the film reel. So, screen magic. It was just like Jaws, where they used robotics to come out of the water, realism with the paintings. It showed when I was doing more deep diving into a lot of these episodes, where people falling off of a boat. Again, it's basically like a stunt wire. The person falls off, the stunt person goes in, the stunt person's going down off the wire, or the stunt person's doing the entire scene without any safety ropes or safety harnesses. They just do the dive. Now, if we could actually do that, making YouTube videos, if you did a series, or if you did, let's say like a lab, and you make it look like a lab instead of with a green screen behind you. And a lot of these people that I see that are using green screens, they screw up a lot. The green screens glitch. But wouldn't it be more simple to take 2 or 3 hours and build yourself your set? Just like Red and Link, they have their set, and it's just, a half box. They walk from one set and they walk to another set, and the set's there. When they're all done, a lot of times there's wheels on them. They wheel them up and they just wheel them out of the way, and they can bring in the next studio. The next, the next stage, or the next set. I watched a couple of them, like with MASH, and I've watched a couple of them with Hogan's Heroes, where they go down into underground to the radio communications, and all it was a ladder, and you climb down into a hole. There's nothing, big about that. And the funny thing is they actually never showed the top of the bunk bed when people went down into the hole, or went down below the bunk bed. And they were just basically climbing up a ladder and just going down 7 feet into another part of the stage for 7 feet. The classic TV is a gem. And all of the stuff that was made in these TV shows, the paintings and the artwork and that sort of thing, is an artist's dream. And a lot of people who have studied art and have done art and have created art, well, had a chance to be able to be in Hollywood. And if you are an artist in the studios, you made money. But imagine if people will actually break away from the green screen and go into the classic TV and then add the sound effects as they're doing the different things to be able to enhance their video. Would YouTube be a much stronger, much more entertaining to watch? A 15-minute episode, that's about typical. That's about average. I think that was the average in the 70s. It was 15 minutes for an episode. And a lot of times they'd show 2 episodes. So maybe we should break away from the green screen. Maybe we should learn from the classic TV shows. Maybe we should see what the set was for the Red Green show. I mean, he did everything that was duct tape and his stage and everything. So I'm just throwing this out there because, classic TV is one of the rarest art forms. And with everybody being so dependent on green screens, or smaller creators dependent on green screens, maybe with a little bit of screen magic, it could work out much better. So once I get to where I need to be, I will be creating what I can for a studio, but like I said, that comes into the future. That's when I end up with the funding, and once I have funding, I can be able to take the next step. Right now, I'm just a newbie. Right now, I'm trying to get to that 4,000 watch hours. Once I get to 4,000 watch hours, I go to the next step. But in the meantime, right now I'm working on merch so I can be able to get starting merch. I want starting merch to go to about 10,000 subs, and then once I get to 10,000 subs, I'll start putting probably biannual merch out, and then once I get to about 100,000 to 200, I'll probably do it every quarter. But like I said, I wanted to bring that all out with the classic TV. What is your favorite classic TV moment? What have you watched in classic TV or Bollywood that you really enjoyed for screen magic, special screen effects? Let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to have that. This is just to get this out there, just so I want it out there so when I come back down this memory lane, I can see that, yeah, I need to revisit this. So that's the only reason for the massive amount of randomness, is because there's an idea that I put together, and, well, the idea was early, but I may forget about it later. So why not put it down now? It's here, it's branded, it's put into YouTube, and I don't have to worry about it. I'll get it out there later. I'll fix it later. I'll put together something else later. So, let me know in the comment section below. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you don't miss another video. Till next time, keep on rocking.